Hi, I'm Joe Wadsack.
And I'm Richard Siddle, and we're stuck in a dark cave in Romania. Please send help.
Actually, we're in old Transylvania in Romania, drinking some of the best valley wines in the world at Cramele Recas.
It's going to be a good day, Chief. Cheers. So, Joe, we have here a great-looking wine.
It's a lovely label
with a coolest name, Curious Parallel, and to me that looks a bit like a Yes or a Genesis or a kind of Pink Floyd-y type thing.
It looks like an album cover that you might have maybe rolled a cigarette on at university.
But I mean, so it is also Feteasca Regala, and you're apparently quite a fan.
I'll stick my neck out and say that Feteasca Regala for me is the future, the indigenous grape variety future of Romania. And Philip, who owns Cramele Recas, has almost co-opted it as his own, because I don't know anyone else in the world selling it outside Romania. It does everything. It's an unoaked wine which is full of satisfaction. You can oak it a bit. This has had a little bit of oak finishing just to wind it up. This is sold to Virgin Wines in the UK. Mm-hmm. It's a wine that, when it's young, tastes like Sauvignon Blanc. When it's a year old, tastes like tropical Chardonnay.
But it's not. I mean, for those who don't really understand, let's pour it.
It's just very satisfying and very complete, and it costs very little money.
But the only thing about these indigenous varieties, if you had never ever tasted one, you never quite know what you're going to get. So, I mean, hence the curious business on the label, I guess.
And I've said this many times, but when you see a label like Feteasca Regala, and you go, I'm not going to buy that. I can barely pronounce it. Know what it is. But if you can't pronounce it, this is a country that people barely knew make wine in England, then it have to really impress the buyer to make it onto the shelf. I mean, they had when I was a supermarket wine buyer, I was tasting 500 to 1,000 wines a week. We'd pick one a week for my range, and it would often be
so for Virgin to do that.
I mean, it's much easier to go, I'll buy a Chardonnay from Australia because everyone's going to buy that. If you're going to buy this, it's got to be good.
So for me, that's like a great variety that I can pick up sort of bits of this and bits of that. There's a bit of Sauvignon or something, a bit of, but it's hard to, how would you describe it? I mean, it's lovely. It's like a really fresh and refreshing. And
it reminds me of the chews we get in England, fruit salads. Mm-hmm. It's just like a chew it.
Yeah.
It tastes of tropical fruit.
Yeah.
There's a candy.
Definitely get tropical fruit, yeah.
You get a little bit of vanilla, which comes from the oak which they've aged in the wine. Which comes from Romania. It's Transylvanian oak.
Oh yeah. It says something about staves. You're putting oak staves in the wine. What's all that about?
If you chop down a 100-year-old oak tree, you can only make 2 oak barrels. You know that?
From Transylvania, which sounds so sexy.
It does.
Well, scary.
But 2 oak barrels from a big tree. I mean, that doesn't sound very ethical, not in this climate. But there's a lot of tree left over. So what they do is they take those planks and they dip it in the wine. So rather than aging the wine in the barrel, they put the oak in the wine.
And that just gives it a little bit of a depth to the flavour without overpowering it. Is that the kind of thing?
It's like your custard to your rhubarb. It gives it a little bit of a vanilla-y.
Like filling up some water in your bath.
That's it. Yeah, delicious.
It's great. I mean, as you mentioned, it's got that sort of like lots of different blends from other wines, but it's a real distinctive taste to it.
Well, look, fair play, Virgin. I think it's brilliant to take a punt on a wine like this. There's a fantastic one in M&S. There's one in Asda. They're all over the place in England.
Yeah, but this is about £10, is it?
It's less than a tenner.
Less than a tenner. Yeah. Brilliant, excellent. Give it a try. Yeah. Cheers, Chief.
Buy that for $1.
Thank you. Mm.